A few years ago, I was attending the North American Vegetarian Society Summerfest, and I took a morning yoga class with Laura Hyman, who is the founder of YogaStream. And I really liked the class, and she was offering a few more during the week. So I asked her if I could record the next class that I attended of hers, just so I could have a practice to take home, because it was different from anything else, and I really liked it. She said, yeah, sure. So I recorded this class, and about 25 minutes into it, I have on tape, and I listen to it a lot because I do this tape a lot. I am resting. Like everybody else is doing the push-ups into down dog and cobra and back up. And she says, Howard, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just resting. And she says, yeah, everybody, don't worry. He has to talk later because I was giving a talk later that day. And like, I wanted to be fresh for the talk. I didn't want to be exhausted. And at that time, I believed it. I was like, that's why I'm doing it, because I have this responsibility to all these people who are going to listen to me. It was a keynote, it was a big deal, and I didn't want to be too tired. And now, every time I listen to that, I cringe a little bit because I know that it was utter BS. That wasn't the reason, that was the excuse. And more, I realize that my reasons why not, reasons why I am not going to do the thing, why I'm not going to go for the run, why I'm not going to hold the top of the push-up position for another 30 seconds, why I'm going to go eat that stuff I didn't mean to eat because there's other people around and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings and it's a potluck and there's nothing else and they're out of potato salad, yada, yada, that all those reasons are just excuses. The reason I know they're excuses and not real reasons is because of what I call the gun to the head test. So the gun to the head test is put a gun to my head and say, can you really not do this thing because of the reason you said? And I go, no, I can do it. I can do it. Gun to my head, I can keep doing the yoga, and you know what? I'll be fine for my talk. Gun to the head, I can hold this top of a push-up for another 30 seconds, even though my arms are burning and my gut is hurting and I'm starting to get a neck ache and all these things. Gun to my head, I'm going to hold it. Gun to my head, I'm not going to eat that junk food at the party, even though it smells really good and the salad is kind of depressing. So that's how I know that they're not real reasons, they're excuses. And in fact, what they are is preferences. Like in that moment, I prefer to stop doing yoga and just rest. Because guess what? Resting feels better than yoga. In that moment, I prefer to eat the highly palatable food that's not going to be good for me. Now, once I couch those as preferences rather than reasons why not, then I've got a fighting chance. Because, first of all, one of the things I've learned in life is that I don't have to get my preferences all the time. In fact, when you look at it, I rarely get my preferences. I rarely get the exact seat I want at the movie theater. I'm not driving the exact car I want. The land that I live on and farm on is not the exact right size. It doesn't have the exact right water in the right places. There's lots of preferences that I have that are not fulfilled. And so calling this thing a preference as opposed to a reason means that it's okay if I don't get it. Okay, I would prefer to rest right now, but I'm in a yoga class and I'm here to do yoga. The second thing that does is it allows me to hold it up against other preferences and decide which preference do I want to honor here. My preference is to stop doing yoga and relax. My other preference is to get my abs in shape and to have more stamina and to be able to hold myself together better when I run so I don't injure myself. So I've got two preferences now. And if I'm thinking of them as preferences, not as a reason why I have to stop, then I can weigh them. Now, weighing the preferences doesn't determine the outcome. It doesn't guarantee that one thing is going to happen. For example, one thing that I ask a lot of my coaching clients who are transitioning to a healthier diet and they find themselves binging back on foods that they know they're not supposed to eat anymore. Say, write down on an index card the reason you want to eat this way, the new way. What's your health goal? What's your weight goal? What's your future goal? What do you want to be able to accomplish, feel, be, do, see, experience that you can't until you get your eating under control and all these sequelae, all these consequences happen as a cascading effect of that. And then they've got this goal, this really important goal. And I say the rule is, when you want to binge, Carry that card with you everywhere, take it out, read it before you start binging, before you buy the thing or eat the thing or start eating the thing, read the card. Now that doesn't determine the outcome. I say after you read the card, if you want to go eat the thing, you can. I'm not saying don't binge. I'm saying interrupt it by reading this card first. And what we've done now is we then have weighed the two preferences, the future preference and the present preference, and we haven't determined an outcome, but we've reintroduced free will. And that is the key, I think, to sustained behavior change through a transition, is accepting that we have free will, that it's not a reason, it's an excuse, it's a preference, and I get to decide which preferences I act on and which I don't. That's it for today. See you next time.